Hello. Most of you know that UAE has begun issuing 5 years multi-entry visa for tourists in a move to encourage longer and more frequent stays in the country. In this video, we will see what are the things to be taken care while fill the visa application to avoid a rejection and a case study of my friend whose visa application got rejected in past. This entry permit works as a self-sponsored visa as individuals can apply for it themselves directly online and do not need to apply via any travel agency, hotel or relatives from UAE. Now let's look at few important things before you apply for this multi-entry visa. First, please be note that the visa application will be cancelled electronically after the lapse of 30 days in the event that the application is returned due to missing data or non-completion of required documents, which means your application auto-cancel if you have not responded for any queries from UAE Federal Authority within 30 days. Second, visa application will be cancelled if it returned 3 times due to missing data or non-completion of the required documents. That means your visa application auto-cancels if the UAE Federal Authority returns the application 3 times for different reasons. A part of your visa application fee would be refunded only in case if the visa application rejected by the UAE Federal Authority, and no refund provided if the applicant cancels the application by himself or failed to provide required details on time. Now let's look at few things to be noted while you apply for the visa and attaches list of supporting documents required. First, we have to attach passport copy and a colored passport photograph. Next is the medical insurance. Most of the visa applications return to the user demanding for UAE approved health insurance. So it is advised to get an insurance with 6 months validity from any of the UAE insurance companies through online or any friends or relatives from UAE. After insurance, we need to attach bank statement for the last 6 months with a balance of 4000 USD or its equivalent in foreign currencies. If you consider Indian rupees, it would be around 3 lakhs or more. Next is a ticket to and from the country. It is mandatory to provide a ticket in and out of UAE. And finally, proof of place of residence. This could be a hotel booking or a resident address. If you provide resident address, it is advised to attach the tenant agreement along with your application. Else, there is high chance of returning your application demanding for tenancy agreement. During the visa application, while you input your full name, please make sure you enter the name as it is in the passport plus your father's or husband's name. This is another area where lots of applications are written to the user to fill complete full name, although the applicant provided the same name as it is in the passport. By provides your complete name, we can avoid one occurrence of returning your visa application. In visa application, it is mandatory to furnish contact numbers for UAE resident numbers, UAE office numbers and UAE mobile numbers. Please do not provide any random numbers here. If you do not have UAE contact numbers, you must get your UAE friends or relatives contact numbers with their permission to apply for this visa. When you are using others' contact numbers, do not forget to communicate with them that you are applying for this 5 years tourist visa using their contact numbers. After all this, approving your visa application is totally based on UAE Federal Authority and the current immigration rules. The time to approve visa application also varies from person to person. Now let me tell you about my friend who applied and got rejected his 5 years multi-entry visa application. After 2 days of visa application submitted, he got his application returned demanding for UAE health insurance although he had attached his GCC covered health card. In return, he communicated that this current insurance covers UAE as well. However, his application returned again since his GCC insurance validity is less than 6 months and demanding UAE issued health insurance required. He had purchased a new UAE issued insurance through online with a 6 months validity and resubmitted the application. Now, after a week, his application returned again, stating require complete full name, although he furnished exact name as it was in his passport. He then added his father name along with the full name provided and resubmitted the application. But unfortunately, his application got rejected since it returned 3 times to him. After a lot of disappointment, he had contacted the customer care, but they have asked him to file another fresh application and provided partial refund of his existing visa application. Friends, this is just one incident known to me, but I came to know that there are several visa applications are getting rejected because of 3 times application returned from UAE Federal Authority. Please keep my these comments while you apply for UAE multi-entry visa, which would help you with less chance of return application so as to avoid automatic visa application rejection. Please write here if you have any queries and consider subscribe my channel for more travel related updates and videos. Thank you.